Hey Basement Collective, thank you for watching another Basement Collective Battle Report. Today we have once again Aaron from the Lively Boys here.
Hey fellas.
And today it's going to be a 1250 game of Guard, Catachin versus Blood Angels. Now this is the board once again. This is once again made by Adam at Green Leaf Terrain. We love the board, he did a great job. Certainly go check him out on Facebook or on YouTube, Green Leaf Terrain. And he'd be happy to help you with the commission. So we'll come back once we have our army set up and we know more about the game. And here we had 1,250 points of Blood Angels. First things first, we have 2 tactical squads, 3 Marines, Sergeant with a Combi Melta and a normal Melta Marine in a drop pod, so we have 2 of those. Next we have 3 Ball Predators, because you'll see in a second I want to bring my own tanks. But anyways, they all have the assault cannons and sponson heavy bolters. Next we have 2 Death Company squads. With 2 power fists, everybody else has chain swords and they all have bolt pistols, 7-man squads. Then we have 2 chaplains. I normally use this as my Mephiston model, but today is going to be a chaplain. And this guy is my chaplain. So this chaplain will be my warlord. But anyways, that is 1250 of Blood Angels. And here we have 1250 of Aaron's Imperial Guard, the Catachins. And what do we have, Aaron?
We've got a lot of Catachins today.
Yeah, at 1250.
Over on the right, we've got our 1st infantry platoon here. There's a platoon headquarters with 3 flamethrowers and a heavy flamer. They're going to go in a Chimera because having all those flamers out in the open right away is just a problem. Right behind them, there are 3 squads of 10 infantry guys. In them, there's a flamethrower in each one and a sergeant. They're probably going to be joined by a priest to make them fearless as they get shot up by all those heavy bolters and ball predators. In the middle here's my main HQ. They're the only ballistic skill 4 unit in the army, so of course they get the las cannon, and hopefully they'll be bolstered by the orders of the headquarters unit. To their left is another infantry platoon. There are 2 infantry squads with missile launchers, and the platoon headquarters has also got a missile launcher. The 2 infantry squads are going to be rolling with Chimeras, whether in the Chimeras or outside of them. And just because I like mortars, we have mortars here. They're going to accomplish nothing. Maybe they'll set an objective. In the back, there is a single sentinel, because there's 35 points to burn, and why wouldn't you want a little bit of mobility? And behind that is a Hellhound flame tank, another fast vehicle, a Demolisher to its left, and a Lehman Russ battle tank. So hopefully we'll be able to use some of that stuff and kill some power armor.
There you go. So we'll come back with the mission type and our warlord traits. That is a lot of guard. If you look at my army over there, and then all these models. These will come back in a couple minutes. So we've rolled for warlord traits, and my warlord right here rolled on the strategic table, and he got the one that gives my army move through cover and stealth runes. Now I think the only rune we'll have on the board is we'll count this guy as a rune right here.
Yep.
Other than that, there's no runes, but move to cover gives jump back guys ignore dangerous terrain, so that's good for my death company. And what was your warlord trait, Aaron?
My warlord trait gives my headquarters a 12-inch leadership bubble where I ignore 25% morale tests.
That's really good. Other than that, there was no psychic powers or any other rolling that we need to do. The game we are playing is an Eternal War mission, Big Guns and Avatar. So I have my 3 heavy supports, and he has his 2 heavy support Lehman Russ. 1 objective right here, 1 objective right here, and 1 objective right here. Now I think it's been at least 2 months since I played a Eternal War mission, so I'm gonna have to I have to switch my mindset from worrying about objectives every turn to at the end.
Yeah.
So anyways, other than that, we've done all the setup. We're playing this way. We rolled for it. We're going that way. Dawn of War.
Pick your table edge, that's about it.
Yeah, you roll for picking the table edge and deploying it at the same time.
Nice.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll roll so we see who deploys first. I got 5. That is my 6th game in a row I've won that roll. I will choose to deploy first.
There we go.
And we'll come back at the end of deployment. Also, just so you know, we're going to play the lava on this table as dangerous terrain. Now, that means everybody has to take a dangerous terrain test when they go past it, not just tanks. You still have to also roll your move through cover roll to see to get over it. I believe, right?
Yeah, it's definitely difficult as well as dangerous.
Difficult and dangerous. I think that's what we'll do from now on this board for 40k. Age of Sigmar will make it impassable still, so you still have to go over the bridges. for 40k, it will be difficult and dangerous. Anyways, we'll come back at the end of deployment. And here we are, guys, at the end of deployment. Now, I just figured out, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, the Warlord trait I got says my units have moved through cover. So I believe that makes my tanks not have to take dangerous terrain, because if you have moved through cover, you automatically pass dangerous terrain. Anyways, so that way if I'm wrong, please correct me with a rule book page reference. But anyways, we have my first Death Company squad with a chaplain there, one ball predator, a second ball predator, a third ball predator. And then we have my other Death Company squad with my chaplain there. My Warlord is over there. And what do we have, Aaron?
We've got guardsmen. We've got 30 fearless guardsmen, backed up with their headquarters unit barking orders here. Mortars are going to hang out over here with a demolisher tank and the Hellhound flame tank. The strength 6 torrent on this thing will hopefully discourage the jump packers from coming too close on that side. And then over on the left, it's just chimeras with more flamethrowers. Lehman Russ battle tank, an empty chimera because the dudes are out front. Again, they're mostly just to bubble wrap the tanks. More infantry here, another loaded squad with missiles here, and a sentinel moving up on the side.
And you gotta scout the sentinel, or is it the Hellhound?
It's scouted up.
Alright.
We're good, we're good. So I just have to try and seize the initiative, and we're good to go.
Because I would like to go first.
Of course.
No, that is
3.
a 3. So we don't need to do cards because we're not playing that, so we'll come back at the end on my turn 1. So we're at the end of Blood Angel turn 1. Basically, the ball predators moved up 6 inches each. These guys moved and ran. They're, in between all the lava rocks. That actually looks pretty cool right there. And over here, these guys moved and ran, jumped over, and they're slowly making their way up. Other than that, these 2 ball predators shot at the large blob squad, managing to kill
7 or 8 of them.
7. And this guy shot over here, thinking killing 5.
Yeah, about that.
And that is it. We'll come back at the end. Have guard. Oh, and forgot about that over here. I only did 1 hull point with my Malta. 1 missed. The other one stunned it, so it can't use its torn weapon. It's not stunned, shaken, so it can move still. Other than that, that's the end of my turn. Actually, you know what? I'll shoot the drop pod at the guardsmen too. Forgot to do that. 2 hits and 2 wounds.
5 ups. 1 more
Killed
down.
1 more guardsman. And that is the end of Blood Angel turn 1. We'll come back at the end of Astra Militarum turn 1. So at the end of Guard turn 1, and what happened, Aaron?
Well, the guard line bent and tried to reform. The blob squad, of which there's probably around 20 some left, shuffled a little bit. Hellhound backed up, and the idea was to be able to just shoot out this drop pod and whatnot. The demolisher scattered off and missed, burnt a couple of trees. Then we shot the battle cannon over there as well, and it scattered the other way and made a nice crack on the table here. Aside from that, when it was time for my officers to start issuing orders, nobody was listening. I was trying to get extra shots on these guys with first rank fire, second rank fire. That failed. This infantry squad here was pinned. They went to ground from ball predator shooting last turn, and they failed to get back up. Aside from that, there were just a whole bunch of multi-laser and heavy bolter shots this turn that plinked off a couple of Marines here and there. But by and large, you did a really good job of
2
cover
Marines dead
saves.
there. Nothing dead over there, actually.
I don't think so.
And you stunned this guy with the multi-laser from the guy over there.
That's right. That's right.
And that is all for Guard turn 1. We'll see if my other drop pod comes in. It does. We'll come back at the end of White Scar turn 2. And we are at the end of a pretty successful Blood Angel turn 2. These guys came over here, exploded that Lehman Rush when they dropped in with a good roll. These guys charged the Sentinel and killed him. Over here, with the combined fire of these 2, killed all but the Commissar. Is that a
Senior officer.
Senior officer in that unit, leaving him with 2 wounds. He doesn't have to take a leadership test. These guys didn't do any wounds with the Melter. They rolled double 1s. But they managed to do 1 wound on it with a crack grenade, and these guys failed an 8-inch charge. Other than that, that is the end of Blood Angel turn 2. Going into Guard turn 3.
The trap is sprung.
And we're at the end of Guard turn 2. What happened, Aaron?
Well, that trap didn't work. You know when you're setting a mouse trap and it snaps on your own finger instead? I did kill 3 Space Marines over here with a bunch of flamethrowers. Aside from that, I think the Blood Angels made probably 10 feel no pain saves across the army.
Yeah,
I was
it was
poised
pretty
to do
good.
lots of damage, and it just didn't work out.
You killed 2 guys from this squad,
That's right.
and then I started making feel no pains.
Big time. I took a couple of hull points off.
Yeah.
The lead predator here is snapshots only.
Yeah.
Aside from that, there were mega feel no pains on that side over there.
There was. And that
Lots.
is the end of Guard turn 2.
Yes, sir.
Going into Blood Angel turn 3. And we're at the end of Blood Angel turn 3. Over here I decided I was going to split off my sergeant to go try and charge this squad. When he charged, he got a lucky 6 on your missile.
You got
failed my
cracked,
4
son.
up and I died. And over here these guys wrecked that Chimera. Over here this guy shot and killed one of those flamer guys over there. These guys just thinned out the herd here for my Death Company squad, which I lost 3 guys to Overwatch. Charged and then killed the sergeant or the priest and wiped him out. And these guys finally took out the Chimera. And at the end of my turn, that is all that happened. So we're going to go into turn 3 for the Guard.
Bottom of 3.
And we're at the end of Guard turn 3. What happened, Aaron?
Just enough happened, I think. In the movement phase, we've got the flamethrowers moving forward in this Chimera here. Then we just went right on to shooting. Over on the left, we peppered the Death Company and killed 2 or 3 over there, just a couple. And then we just started slamming into the other Death Company squad that was there. We killed all but the chaplain. The chaplain's got full wounds left, but he got out of dodge there and he left. You sure he's not fearless?
Oh, yeah.
Chaplain?
He probably is.
He might be.
Yeah. We'll move him back up.
Anyways, and then I shot this Demolisher at close range, hoping to do some damage to these 2 ball predators, because we're playing big guns never tire, and I scattered off and didn't do anything. So, ordnance whiffs, and that's it.
So that's turn 3 for the Guard. We'll come back at the end of turn 4 for the Blood Angels. So we are at the end of turn 4. Well, top of turn 4 for the Blood Angels. Anyways, pretty bad turn. These guys shot, melted one of those guys. Drop pod did nothing to those guys. This guy charged into the tank. I did only 1 glance, so that's going to be able to shoot still. This guy killed the 1 squad right here. This guy shot at the Chimera, did nothing. This guy killed the squad that was right there. And my MVPs, not really. The Death Company charged, lost 1 in Overwatch, and then they had 2 power fists left. Card did 3 wounds, I failed 2 saves, and then I failed 2 feel no pains. So the Guardsman wiped out the Death Company. Other than that, that's the end of my turn. We're going to go into Guardsman, turn 4. And we're at the end of turn 4 for Aaron for the Astra Militarum. What happened, Aaron?
Full throttle. Demolisher tank here, gunned it 2 inches and rammed the Predator. Took a hull point off that way, wrecked a gun, and then shot the ordnance at it afterwards to blow it up.
Yep.
This Chimera here moved forward 6 inches, rammed another Predator, and blew it up that way. This one shot, didn't do anything to the side armor. Over here, this rocket, after moving forward, took a snapshot at one of the Predators. Hit, in fact, on another lucky 6, but didn't do any damage. Mortars also shot at the Chaplain, but the Chaplain is still kicking.
And there you go. That's the end of turn 4 for the Astra Militarum. Going into turn 5 for the Blood Angels. And right at the end of my turn, the drop pod and the Marines killed that Guard squad over there, the mortars. This one shot, killed one of those. This guy just turbo boosted onto ejective in case the game's over. And my Chaplain failed once again. Other than that, I did no wounds to that. It is the turn.
Bottom 5.
Bottom of 5. Okay, guys, so we're at the end of turn 5 for the Astra Militarum. What happened here?
Just enough once again. The combined firepower of this Chimera and the Demolisher killed the last 3 remaining guys over here, getting rid of that melta-gun. On the left-hand side, I had my infantry hopping over the lava, and 2 guys fell into the lava.
3 guys fell.
3 guys fell into lava. Nice.
Yeah. There must have been muddy or something.
Yeah, I don't know what it
Slick.
is. That's a long jump. Anyways, they passed the brake check on the way by, but when they tried to run afterwards, that didn't do anything, and I turbo boosted onto an objective to square up our objectives that way.
Okay, so roll a dice there, and let's see on a 1 or 2 if the game's over.
On a 2.
Over. So that's a handshake or a fist pound.
Bump.
Handshake, both.
Do it all.
We'll calculate the points and we'll come back for a post-game show. Hey guys, thank you for watching another Basement Collective Battle Report. Today we had Kevin and
Aaron.
And Aaron comes from Lively, which is about 30 minutes away, so it basically is in the same town.
Yeah, it's right here as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it was a 1,500 point game of Guard versus Blood Angels or Astra Militarum. A very close game.
Very, very close. It was, if you were to follow along, it was lots of pressure early on by the Blood Angels.
Yes, sir.
As they were closing in, and they were just wading through all kinds of las gunfire.
Yeah.
But then as soon as they hit the lines, they just started tripping and falling.
Yeah, losing 3 guys on Overwatch. 2 guys, your guard's been killed 2 Death Company in combat.
And the chaplain the turn before that.
Yeah, instant death to the chaplain to the face. Yeah, real close game, real great game. It's nice and refreshing playing a Eternal War mission compared to the Maelstrom I'm normally used to. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It's a lot more, it's a lot. I don't know. It feels a lot less tactical to me. It's a more like shooty, and then turn 4 or 5 start going for the objectives.
Well, it also lets you play your army, and you just have to keep in the back of your mind your objectives, as opposed to Maelstrom, where you're all over the place kind of playing tag.
Have to get objectives, yeah, definitely.
So you were pressing forward quite a bit, but you had these fast vehicles and a really fortunate Warlord trait that was allowing you to ignore all the dangerous terrain on the board.
That Warlord
so you were
trait
able
was crazy.
You could press way forward with the ball predators and just mow down guardsmen.
Yeah.
And then you could pull back at the end to take the middle objective.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end there, I just lost steam. My chaplain couldn't do any damage to a Lehman Russ in 2 rounds of combat. My Death Companies just died.
Yeah.
And then I had a vehicle left on the board in my HQ.
Yeah, and then I had this big round of tank shocks as well at the end to really try and break your back. And if you're listening to this conversation now, it would seem like I won and it was a landslide at the end. That wasn't the case.
No, it was the final score after calculation. I was up by 2, so it was 6-4.
Yeah. So you had Linebreaker, Warlord, and First Blood
with 1 heavy support, so I had 7 actually.
Yeah, and we both had 1 objective, and I was up on heavy supports on you.
You killed 2 heavy supports, so 5-7 was
5
the
to
final
7.
score.
Yeah, I was hoping that the heavy support destroying heavy support was going to be weighted more than it was, but that's what you get for not reading.
It is what it is. Yep. So I mean, other than that, I had a really great game. You got anything else to say about that?
No, that was really groovy. I liked playing that foot slogging assault marine army. That was fun.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could have 10 assault marines. I would have played more actual assault marines, but I don't have the jump packs for them. I got to get some painted up. All my backpacks are magnetized, so the magnets are there. I just need the actual backpacks. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching another Basement Collective Battle Report. Thank you for Aaron for coming out.
Of course. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, definitely. We're starting a campaign with Davis. He's actually plays with Aaron, lives in the same, I guess you could say, town, Lively. The campaign, so the voting is over at this point, and it looks like option 1 won. So what we'll be doing is that'll be showed up in the 2nd week of September. Will be the first battle that's posted, and then we'll have a new vote for you guys to vote at. So definitely, if you want to know what that's about, go check out the I believe it's called Narrative Campaign Battle for Dovar Prime, and maybe last week the video would have been released. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching another Basement Collective video, and keep on wargaming.